This is a true life story. In the bustling towns of Benin and Ughelli, two men, Emeka and Sam, were living double lives. To the outside world, they looked ordinary, but behind closed doors they ran a disturbing secret. They collected used male condoms from a hotel in Benin called Sunrise Hotel. Inside the hotel, the manager, Mr. Oseji, and a cleaner, Miss Rose, worked silently with them. Late at night, they packed the items into a small bag. To cover their tracks, they hid the bag under folded clothes and passed it to unsuspecting taxi drivers as though it was nothing more than a parcel of laundry. The drivers never knew what they carried. One hot afternoon, a simple taxi driver, Mr. Rufus, was handed one of these parcels. He placed it carefully in his boot and began his journey along the busy Sopio road toward Warri. The road was noisy with the sounds of traders, buses, and motorbikes, and everything seemed normal. But his quiet drive was about to change. Up ahead, a group of policemen waved him to stop at a checkpoint. Rufus's heart skipped a beat. The officers searched through the car, lifting seats, checking the boot. Then, one officer opened the small bag. His eyes froze on the contents. He looked up sharply at Rufus. "Who owns this?" he demanded. Rufus swallowed hard and explained quickly that it wasn't his. A man had given it to him to deliver to two others in Ughelli. The officers told him to call the owners immediately. Rufus dialed again and again, but the men ignored his calls. The officers exchanged quiet glances, then leaned close and whispered, "Continue your journey. We'll be right behind you." With shaking hands on the wheel, Rufus drove on. Every hum of the engine felt louder, every bump on the road heavier. He could see the shadow of the police vehicle trailing at a distance. Minutes crawled by. Then his phone rang. It was Emeka. "Where are you now?" the voice asked. "I'm almost at Ughelli," Rufus answered, trying to keep his voice steady. Emeka told him to stop at a junction inside town. When Rufus pulled over at the junction, the police spread out like hunters. Some crouched behind cars, others blended with the crowd, their eyes fixed on the meeting point. The air was thick with tension. Soon, Emeka and Sam appeared at the corner of the street. They scanned the area cautiously, whispering to each other. Step by step, they walked toward Rufus's car. Sam leaned closer and murmured something to Emeka before reaching out his hand for the parcel. That was the moment. From all directions, officers rushed forward. "Don't move," a firm voice thundered. The sound of heavy boots hitting the ground echoed in the air. Sam froze instantly. Emeka's eyes widened in panic. He spun around and tried to slip away, but he barely made a step before an officer cut off his path. The street was filled with shouts and commands as the two men were quickly surrounded and pinned down. They were taken straight to the Ughelli police station. There, under questioning, the story spilled out. Emeka and Sam confessed that after collecting the used condoms, they carried them to a hidden room in Sam's compound. In the center of the room sat a calabash wrapped in red cloth, given to them by a man they called Baba Money. Into this calabash, they placed the items. Within 2 days, the condoms would vanish. The men believed this ritual gave them power to prosper in whatever they touched, while the owners of the items would unknowingly face hardship and misfortune. But their confession didn't end there. They admitted that Mr. Oseji, the hotel manager, and Miss Rose, the cleaner, were fully part of the business. The next day, the police moved swiftly. They traveled back to Benin, traced the manager and Rose, and arrested them. What began as an ordinary parcel delivery had uncovered a dark web of deceit and dangerous practices. This true life story is a warning. Always be watchful of the places you go and the people you trust. Never leave personal belongings behind in hotels or public spaces, because sometimes danger hides in the most ordinary corners of life. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow this page for more true life stories.